completed decrypting data from the enemy frigate we captured in the Karak system. It appears to be an Imperial broadcast. In order to stay clear of these outposts, our course will take us into a turbulent asteroid field and through the heart of a nebula.
Hyperspace jump successful.
We haven't cleared the asteroid field. Prepare for collisions. Incoming asteroids must be destroyed before they impact with the mothership. Concentrate fire within this collision envelope.
Group 3 reporting. Moving to destination.
And so, we are back with Homeworld.
Research Division reports it is now equipped for super capital ship drive technology. We advise commencing research immediately.
Now, we are in an asteroid field and there are asteroids moving towards us. Our goal here is very simple, make sure the mothership doesn't die. Seems kind of easy, right? Right, we're going to see these. We're just going to make sure that, everyone's good. The more asteroids hit the mothership, the mothership takes damage. That was kind of a useful thing to do there. We do have harvesters, and once the asteroids are broken down enough, they will break into harvestable pods, which we can use.
Collection confirmed.
And basically our goal here is to make sure that the mothership doesn't die, and we've got to wait until all these asteroids have gone past. Pretty simple.
Group 2, moving to intercept. Group 3.
Now, this is going to be the majority of the missions, so instead of just sitting here all day and showing you basically me hitting asteroids, we're instead going to do an experiment about the Homeworld 2's, and by extension Homeworld Remastered's, adaptive difficulty and how we have overcome it, because I have a way to overcome it, and therefore we don't have to have the hassle that was last episode. The experiment is this. What we are going to do is we are going to test the fleet that we started the last mission with, this fleet, and see how many ships appear in the enemy asteroid field over there. We are then going to compare this with another playthrough of this mission, but with a much larger fleet, and I'll show you how to do that feasibly in a second. But first of all, we're going to get all of our ships. We're going to turn them into a control group. We're going to set them up to into groups. And then once that's done, we'll set them moving forward to the enemy location. Now, there are several numbers that we need to make sure that we copy down. The number of destroyers and the number of frigates, right? These will indicate how much the adaptive difficulty is affecting our game. So, let's just speed this up slightly. And okay, here we go. We can see that there are a couple of assault frigates over there, there's a couple of assault frigates over there. You're seeing roughly, what, 10, 12? More than that. We've also got quite a few interceptors, but we're going to keep moving. Because the thing that we want to find are the number of destroyers that this place has, since that's going to be an easier thing. I'm just going to zoom out a bit. I can probably just go back into the video to check how much stuff the enemy has. I don't really care if things get shot. I just want to see how much stuff the enemy has control over. There's a support frigate. There's the carrier. Where's the destroyer? That's what we're looking for. There we go. There's a destroyer. Move into engage, and we'll see if another destroyer pops its head out. Because if you remember from last episode, there were 2 destroyers. Okay, so it's seeming like there's only one destroyer. That's okay. But the thing that we're going to do just next is we're going to drastically increase the size of our fleet and then compare it to the size of the enemy fleet as seen here. And the way that we're going to drastically increase the size of our fleet is by utilizing the persist files in the game. Now, in order to access the persist files, which are basically the save files for your persistent fleet, you're going to need to access Homeworld's directory, which you can do easily if you've got it installed on Steam. Right-click Homeworld Remastered Collection, go to Properties, go to Local Files, and then Browse Local Files. It will bring you to here. Now, I am using Windows 10, so it might be slightly different for those who are using other operating systems, but it should be the same. Now, we're using a remastered version, so we can go into Remastered, and then we go into Bin, Profiles. The profile that you're currently running, mine's called Profile 1 because I'm imaginative, Campaign, and then you've got the campaigns. Now, this one is the Raiders attacking the Raiders Homeworld thing. We haven't got to that yet. I will do so in a second. There's Ascension, which is Homeworld 2 campaign, and then there's Homeworld Classic, which is the one that we're doing. Going to here. Now, of course, you can see a bunch of stuff. I have played through the campaign before, so we've got the persist files here. But what we can do is we can access the persist file for the level. Now, at the end of every level, it will generate a persistence file with the fleet that you have at the end of the level, and then put it into one of these Lua files. Now, in Mission 1, the fleet that you have at the end of Mission 1 comes to Mission 2, and since the fleet that we're starting with is the fleet that we ended with at Mission 4, this will be the persistence file for Mission 5. So we're going to open that with Notepad++. You can do this with any other text editor if you have. All Windows operating systems have Notepad installed, or at least the ones that people use these days. Now, of course, we come to a lot of this. Very confusing for those who don't know how to read. Of course, this is, we can see this is the research. Ooh, it's all tiered so that you know what we're looking for. We're not looking for research. We're not looking for team colours or squadrons, except that are we looking for squadrons? Yes, we are. So these squadrons are our ships. So we can see Tyrannic Ion Array Frigate. The Tyrannic Raider Ion Array Frigate. And so this is an instance of the Ion Array Frigate, and we can basically copy and paste that to increase the amount. We've also got the Kushan Mothership, which is the mothership. And then, of course, we've got all the fighters and all that. We could probably hide those in the ship hold. We've also got Support Frigate, Tyrannic Ion Array Frigate, Kushan Assault Frigate, Kushan Ion Frigate, all this stuff, and also RUs. We can change this to any value that we want, but we're not going to because that's cheating, isn't it? So, well, technically we are cheating, but at this point we're trying to cheat the adaptive difficulty system. So what we're going to do, so we're going to copy our Ion Array Frigates, right? But we're then going to paste it in again, so we get double the amount of Ion Array Frigates. So is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 Ion Array Frigates, in addition to the ones down here. So in order to make my life easier, we're going to grab all these. We're going to Control X, so we can get rid of them, so that the Kushan Mothership is at the top. Hopefully that shouldn't break anything. And paste them in here. And paste them in again. Now, this shouldn't have done anything bad. Just double checking. Yep, doesn't seem to have messed up with anything. That's good. And basically we can continue pasting them in like no tomorrow. Excellent. So now what? Well, we save the file. We then go close this, go back into Homeworld. Here we go. Load up single player, load up mission 5. Skip past the cutscene and load up with all of the frigates in the known universe. As you can see, that's quite the number of ion array frigates. Yes, yes, Fleet Command, we know. Now, we could just gather all these ion array frigates and move forward, but there is an easier way to do it. We just use scouts. Or alternatively, we use interceptors. So what we're going to do is we're going to send all of our interceptors, and in addition we're going to send scouts as well, just so that we've got the vision available. I want something that all of you will be a part of. There we go. Let's do a fighter screen. They should form a rough screen for them to use. And then we want them to move towards the asteroid field. And so they'll do that. Right? Now, we're going to set them to evasive. We're going to set them to passive, which means they won't fight anything. And now we wait for them to get within radar coverage of the area. And then see how much the enemy has. That's a lot of ion array frigates. Yeah, we're going to skip that. And as you can see, the enemy seems to have quite a lot more stuff. Noting that there are, oh, I don't know. Let's pause this for a second. There's, what, a lot of assault frigates, a lot of assault frigates, a lot of ion frigates, and you know how we found one destroyer, right? 2 in the episode. There's about, oh, I don't know, 9. Plus the other one, which is 10. And then, like, all the resource collectors and all this nonsense. Yeah, that's what adaptive difficulty is. If we came in with that fleet last episode, this is what we'd have to face. And it's kind of not that good because it always puts you on the disadvantage, no matter how well you did in the previous missions. Which is why, if we were playing this in the, if we were going to continue the campaign in a vanilla kind of fashion, we would be selling our fleet at the end of every mission, and then rebuilding it at the beginning, for those that we can get away with. There are some missions where you can't get away with that, but, you know, that's fine. Some missions, you don't have enemies, like the one that we're playing right now. So, well, the one that, you know, we're doing right now, but we're currently experimenting with this. The one that's currently going on in the background. You get the point. So, there is a way to deal with this, and that's the mod that I've installed. There's a link in the description on where you can install the mod, and I'm going to show you how it's installed in a second. This is the mod, adjust scaling difficulty for Homeworld Remastered campaigns. You click subscribe, as you usually do in Steam Workshop mods. You then load up the launcher for Homeworld Remastered, and then click mods. This will bring you to this lovely page over here, and it will allow you to select the available mods that you have. And then we select the campaign that we want, and then we click select. It will move it over to selected mods, which means that it's now enabled. Good. Right. All good. Now, if we click here, yeah, we're going to need to select and then launch. Okay, so now that we've loaded up Homeworld, we then need to go into a game. For example, Great Wastelands. Skip. Noting that we still have that masses amount of ion array frigates. Eventually when this game decides to skip being cool and doing the opening cutscene stuff. Thank you. Right. We want to go into here and we want to go into the in-game options. Yeah, let's... You've stopped talking? Good, right. So you go into gameplay. You can't access this through the main menu for some reason, but you can change the scaling. 0 means that the difficulty scaling is disabled, which is good, right? So technically, since that was the default, or at least the one that was installed when we did this, we should be able to move over a bunch of scouts and then see a regular amount, even though we've got all of the ion array frigates in the universe. So we're just going to move over a bunch of interceptors and scouts. Yeah, you're going to enter a formation before I start making you do that. I'm basically getting the scouts to be escorted, basically because it's means that they don't die all the time. So we're going to approach there in roughly 10-20 seconds, and then we'll see how many ships the enemy has. We can tell that the mod is working because, well, they've not got as many ships as we saw earlier, which is a plus. Here we go. We've got 2 assault frigates. Lovely. We've got ion cannon, some interceptors, some assault frigates. You'll see this is less than the one that we started with because we do have a larger fleet than what the game expects us to have. We've got one destroyer, and this is pretty much the fleet that we have to face in this mission, even though we've only got this amount of ion array frigates. And this is how the original Homeworld game was done. It didn't have adaptive difficulty like Homeworld 2 had. It had fixed difficulty, which meant that all of your ships are much more valuable because they won't just get needlessly destroyed during the campaign like Homeworld 2. Anyway, so now that we've demonstrated it, back to the main mission. Okay, so now that you know that exists and why we're doing it, we're returning to the mission. Now, we've gone through most of the asteroid field. As you can see, there's a bunch of resources just floating around the mothership. We've done several things. Currently, we've docked all of our fighters. Basically because they kept killing themselves. We've got 21 attack bombers. We've got, our Group 2, which is now the defenders and the corvettes. We've got Group 3, which is the frigates and our newly constructed destroyer, and its twin ship should be finished anytime soon. Yeah, it's pretty good. We're near the edge of the asteroid field and therefore near the edge of the mission. I've also constructed a few more assault frigates, noting that we've got enough ion cannons for now, considering that the enemy won't have a ridiculous number of units now. Thank God. Right. That should be everything in the approach of the mothership. Destroyer. There we go. Let's set up 2 strike groups. I think each destroyer will be at the center of one of them, and then the frigates will form a group around them. That should be how it works anyway. Hopefully they should be balanced enough in terms of their combat capabilities. Let's just wait for them to get into position, shall we? In fact, it's better if we have them split up. And of course we've been gaining a tiny bit of resources from these asteroids, but they only give 50 each, and there's not many to go around, even though I have destroyed quite a few of the main asteroids that do damage. And there isn't really much else to do in this mission, so there we go. We should have cleared it.
We've cleared the field. Detecting incoming Bentusi vessel from the clearing ahead.
Greetings.
Of course you have. Okay, they are offering us drone technology for 500 minerals. We have that amount. This technology is required by drone frigates to launch and control their 14 armed drones. Cool. We'll accept that offer.
New research available. New frigates. This is a dangerous and unpredictable region. Can you give us information that will guide us through the nebula?
We hear nothing there. Even the Taiidan fear the great nebula. No one returns.
Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on.
Wow, disappearing as quickly as they appear.
Hyperspace module fully charged.
Excellent. We now have the ability to hyperspace out of the mission. But first of all, we have new ships. We can now build drone frigates. Ooh! Yeah, we're going to build a few of those. Basically what they do is they've got an ability that says deploy drones. It consumes energy. And after it's consumed all the energy, the drones come back in and it has to recharge. At least that's how I remember it happening. We're going to build a couple of them, add them to our lovely Group 3, noting that our our attack bombers are making up Group 1. Yep, these look like spheres, alright, definitely. Or at least escorts of some kind. Now, we can have up to 6 destroyers if we wanted, but we've got to, you know, leave room for us to capture enemy destroyers. There's always that to do. So yeah, we're going to wait for one of these drone frigates to be built, and then I'll show off what that is, and then I'll skip to after I've produced everything, show you what I've produced, and then we'll leave. Also noting that these guys need to be added. Your Group 3. Enter sphere, please.
Reinforced.
Group 3.
We've also got a support frigate.
Locked in. Ready.
Group 3, do you have a support frigate with you?
Group 3 standing by.
Doesn't seem so.
Stand down.
A support frigate, can you heal yourself?
Standing by.
Drone frigate complete.
Repair order confirmed.
Doesn't seem like it. Anyway, we have our new drone frigate, which is this lovely thing here. As you can see, sensors thing on the front, and then it's got some pods. And basically what we do, deploy drones. And then it'll start consuming energy. As you can see, deploying drones. And what they'll do is they'll form a sphere around the drone frigate itself, and they'll basically shoot things. In fact, we'll do a weapons test on one of the asteroids just to show you what it looks like. As you can see, if we zoom out, they'll look like mines. This is the thing that's also used for mines when we get the mine layer available to us. We've also hit our cap for frigates. We can't build any more. Sad face. But we can capture more, which is what we're going to have to do if we want to have more frigates than this. Which we are going to want to do. Because, my god. Anyway, once this drone frigate gets into position, we should be good. I mean, alternatively, we could build, I don't know, another destroyer maybe, but they're a bit costly, and I'm probably going to need some more defenders. Yeah, we're going to build 2 more defenders.
Construction underway. Assembly underway.
Oh, as you can see, the drones get destroyed after a while of being out.
Defender complete.
Unless they were being passively destroyed, which they aren't. Yeah, we're going to build a few more defenders.
Defender
Just to help us ward against fighter craft, because I don't think we have enough. We've got, you know, a maxed out anti-capital ship fleet, so that should be fine. Good, right. But we're getting close, and these drones should start firing.
Defender complete.
At some point. You're still moving, right? Yes. Look, would you like to move closer, please?
Defender complete.
Moving while engaging. Local resources exhausted. Fleet moving on.
Defender complete.
Combat maneuver confirmed.
Look, fellas,
Moving while engaging.
stop getting destroyed.
Defender complete.
Right, let's redeploy our drones once this energy has been redone.
Intercept course punched in.
And we can't do a move while engaging. We're at the edge of the map, as you can see.
This is a cakewalk. This is
Yeah, really well done there, Jake, showing off the drone frigate doing nothing. Yeah, never mind. Right, we'll add him to control group 3 and see if he does anything.
Group 3 standing by. Forming strike group.
Good, right.
Strike group.
So they'll form a strike group. Hopefully they should appear as a strike group as well. That will make it useful. Final thing that we want to do is we want to... Have we got all of our defenders? Yes, we do. We want to launch all, noting that I'm keeping them stay docked. Basically because we were inside an asteroid field and I don't want them getting destroyed because half the bomber squadron got destroyed. Grumble, grumble. Right, you guys should start going out and forming the things that you want to be. Noting that sphere and other sphere over there. It's quite a lot of ships. Just let's admit that. It's quite a lot of ships that we've got here. Once you guys are done. Any moment now. Yep, there we go. So what we're going to do, we've got control group 1, which is basically the attack bombers.
Strike group coordinates locked in. Reporting.
Right? There's a reason why these attack bombers exist. It's to kill things.
Strike group moving into position.
Pretty simple. We've then got control group 2, which is our anti-fighter and corvette.
Group 2 reinforced.
So let's throw you into a sphere as well.
Strike group coordinates locked in.
And as you can see, it's got quite a lot of defenders in there. 24 in total, and it's got roughly 6 corvettes because some of them got destroyed. Still got our 2 missile corvettes, that's fine. And we've got some 2 missiles, 4 heavies. We could produce some more corvettes if we wanted, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, drone frigate, would you like to stop doing the fireworks, please? Yeah. We got corvettes.
Resource collector.
No, we've got anti-strike fighter. We've got strike fighter anti-capital.
Moving on.
Capital anti-capital.
Reporting.
Makes sense. So yeah, that's the end of this mission. Let's go to hyperspace.
At ease.
And we will quick dock just to save time. And that will be it for now. Until next time, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.